After quite a few tries, I was able to create the phone case that I wanted, and as you can see, it fits in perfectly. Doesn't fall off even if you shake it. You have access to all the buttons and the phone jacks and all that, and yeah, turned out pretty good. I'm planning to put on some patterns on this to make it look cooler, but yeah, it's also very sturdy. Now, as I will demonstrate real quick, this is obviously my redesign, complete redesign and model of the original file, and it's basically printed out with the same type of plastic, but as I will demonstrate in a second, you'll see that this was printed out in ABS, so it's supposed to be stronger. But with the original file that was printed, look how easily, I mean, I'm only using 2 fingers here, and I can just snap it in any which way I want. Right? That was ABS plastic. Same thing here. Look at how easy it just comes apart. No problem whatsoever. So, and the reason why that is, that it's so flimsy, is because of the way that the files were modeled. People never talk about this, but when you create a file, it doesn't matter if you're using Blender or you're using AutoCAD or whatever it is. If you print it out, if you don't do the geometry correctly, if you don't build the geometry correctly, it'll be this easy to break. And this is PLA, so it's much easier to snap, as you can see, compared to the ABS plastic. It took a lot more strength to really crush this one. But as you can see here, these are the ones that I rebuilt, and they're not necessarily much thicker than the other ones, but as you can see, like, I can't really snap it with just my hands. I have to like push it against the table, and even then, right? Same material as this, the flimsy one, but I can't really even break it, and it just goes back to its original spot. And as you can see here, even if I wanted to try to break the edges, you saw how easily I broke the edges earlier. I'm putting on my entire strength, and my fingers are pretty strong, but I can't break it. So I can break it here a little bit, but that's because this was one of the first tries where I didn't have this part of the model done correctly. So as you can see here, it did not print correctly, so this would obviously be easy to break, right? Because there was a hole to begin with. But if you go to the other side here, it's much sturdier. Okay, this part here you probably could break it. It's still pretty tough. Broke it, but that was pretty tough, and it's super thin. So the way you build your models, the geometry, does really matter. So that's something to take into consideration, because it changes the way the printer actually prints things. And yeah, so that's all I had to say about this, and hopefully it'll inspire you guys to make your own cases. Alright, see you guys in the next video.